We are ready to continue with this process, this program, this training that we have been doing with this group for some time now. And not only for this group, but to those who read and resonate to these words after in your internet, however it might come. We know that these messages are going out to the general public to help to awaken so many more across the planet. And not only this group and these messages, but many other groups and many other individuals are coming forward with their messages of hope and dreams being fulfilled. Because that is what is happening here. The peoples of Europe are feeling this more and more and understand that there's only one way to demonstrate it, and that's to show it, but to show it without violence. They are used to scuffles in the streets during demonstrations, and if there are any, they know very well that it will stop at some point. The rioters, as you call them, are also manipulated by the governments, have no doubt about that. So, to get back to what's going on in your country. What emerges from these demonstrations is quite simply a great awareness of the manipulations and lack of respect for the people as a whole. April will offer everyone a time of relief, especially when it comes to any challenges we're experiencing. This opening in the energies is designed to help us easily experience what it's like to operate outside of autopilot mode. It offers a clear reference point for how it feels to be present and clear enough to recognize the personal patterns, behaviors, routines, and actions we have outgrown and are ready to let go of. This energetic opening is also designed to help us learn about which new patterns, behaviors, routines, and actions can help us align with the purest, most abundant, most empowered aspects of ourselves. If we can learn the lessons and integrate into our lives the new blessings this time of relief has to offer, we will find life to be much more enjoyable and fulfilling, and will have a far smoother experience in the coming months and years. Familiar, yet new. In April, as we move through a time of relief, many of us will feel like ourselves again. Feeling like ourselves is a relaxing experience that allows us to feel at home and settled in our body, mind, and energy. It brings us feelings of safety and comfort. I was experiencing telepathy, and I'm sure many of my other friends are too, starting to do that. It's not all the time, it's occasionally. When it happens, it can be really awkward because I hear their voice and I think they are talking to me, and I respond. Then I get a very funny look, because people aren't used to that. What I think is interesting, though, is that when I hear the thought, it comes to me and sounds like their voice to me. It may surprise you to hear us say this because you don't really understand it. But we, your brothers of light, are noticing an enormous shift in the energies of human beings on Earth. These energies are more and more accentuated in the sense that they demonstrate what we spoke of earlier. The demand for respect for every human being, respect for his work, his life, and his freedom to live and think. Until now in Europe, you thought you were in countries of freedom. But since the pandemic, you've realized your mistake, your big mistake since time immemorial. So you're reacting. Something has taken root in you, in your mind, in your heart, that's making you say stop to all this manipulation. You're beginning to understand that you are free beings, free to think, to choose, to share, to respect, etc. This reminds me that whatever burdens my mind is still struggling with, I can lovingly hand it all over to the universe so that I can free myself up to receive and focus more on the blessings life has to offer. As simple as this practice may sound, to the mind it can be challenging. The reason being that when the mind thinks it has to let go of something, it thinks it's losing or missing out. However, by letting go of the burdens that no longer serve our highest good, we're not losing anything, but instead gaining everything. Once we create the space within our consciousness to embrace our greatest potential, we no longer feel the need to keep playing it safe and small. We are then open to living our lives to the fullest. If we are ready to heal, we are being given the opportunity to do so at this time in a very real and lasting way. Is one who serves has already given. This is how you know who is speaking, by the sound of their voice, you see. So how would you know who is communicating with you unless you recognize their voice? So I would say, do not be shocked at the idea that another is communicating with you. You call it in your head. The idea of telepathy, this is the way that all communication was given before you found your voice, you see. All the beings communicated this way because then the communication was clear and concise and not confused by a sound of a voice, you see. So you are just going back to your root. You are going back to what is normal, you see. And we add here, when you have contact with your brothers and sisters from the skies who are watching over all of this ascension process here. When you come in contact with them, they will likely be doing so in a telepathic manner. That is how you will learn to communicate with them as well. Children of planet Earth, as we've just said, the new consciousness is on the move. We're here to support you with our love and light, but we repeat, we won't do things for you. It's up to you to understand that the change you want to see on your planet and in your humanity needs to take place within yourself, by yourself, calmly, and above all, without violence. Dear brothers and sisters of planet Earth, trust in your new consciousness, trust in the guidance of your divine beings deep within you. Your souls wish that at last, the human beings to whom they give life will achieve peace and serenity in their lives. First of all, you have to understand that various technologies are not being held off. They are coming forward. Not little by little, but in leaps and bounds at this point if you are searching for them. If you are looking in the allopathic world, if you are still doing that, then you will not find these new technologies. But if you are looking for the alternative, they are there, and they are coming out more and more and more. As to the med beds directly, they are there as well, not quite available yet, as you can tell. Because those of the forces of darkness are, yes indeed, holding them back. Or rather, those that would bring out the med beds believe that the forces of darkness would hold them back. So therefore, they continue to hold this technology back. But as these new higher frequency technologies continue to come forward, it is undoubtable that the med beds will be released. The world which operates on the foundations of love and unity is no longer a future timeline, but a very present reality. We simply have to choose to live in it. The gift of choice is what connects us to the timeline of our current experience. There are many who are still unconsciously choosing the experience of living in a timeline of separation without even knowing they have chosen it. Usually, when we look at what causes a world of separation, we see that fear is the contributing factor. From a higher awareness, there is nothing to fear because at our core we are eternal beings that can never be hurt or harmed in any way. The sooner we adopt this understanding, the quicker we can move into a world that we know is supporting us and is never against us. So, back to those who are unconsciously still living in a world of separation. There is a part of them that is now questioning whether life really must continue on this path of separation. Becoming the world bridger. A world bridger is someone who is compassionate in nature and who knows that life is about the we rather than it being just about the me. This is where their desire to be completely inclusive comes in. The world bridger also has a way of simplifying highly advanced ancient and new concepts, making them accessible, understandable, and digestible for the world. Their ability to keep things simple is a kind of alchemy. A world bridger is also someone who has consciously or unconsciously served throughout their life as an anchor point, grounding great amounts of life force energy into their geographical location. They tend to be someone who gets along with most personalities and can adapt quickly to whatever environment or situation they are in. And although they can adapt to any situation, they are always consistent in showing up as their true self. There is very little room for flip-flopping into someone they aren't, which makes them great anchors of life force energy for the people in their lives. They also have an ability to keep moving forward without dwelling too much on the past. When a person is in the presence of a world bridger, they tend to feel comfortable instantly. This creates the trust that allows the world bridger to fulfill part of their mission of assisting others in moving out of fear and into love. Also, a world bridger has the ability to connect the etheric and the earthly realms at any moment. They feel completely at home being on planet Earth and have a strong connection to nature. If you are resonating with some or all of these attributes, then you are a world bridger and are more than likely feeling the call to use your abilities to help heal the world. If you're in resonance, it just means you have another role to experience currently. As we continue to move forward, we will experience many more breakthroughs that move us out of the world of separation.